Hi, this is Dave, Fell Running Guide. Welcome to this week's navigation task. We're in the beautiful Scottish borders this week for this task. So what I want to know is, where was the photograph taken from, and can we identify on the map these two features circled in red? We're using the Ordnance Survey 1 to 25,000. So let's have a look at the photo in a little bit more detail, see if we can work out a few things. What can we see? Well, we're on this rocky ground here, and we're looking across the landscape, and we've obviously got a higher point over to the left here, but we're on quite a high point because we can see we've got land dropping away to our right here, and then it looks like it drops away down here as well, so we've got to bear that in mind. The other thing to think about, we've got some little bits of snow remaining here in an otherwise snow-free landscape. So these are the remnants of snow that have hung over from the winter. So it makes sense that they are on north-facing slopes. So when we look at the map, we've got to think that we're looking from at an aspect of these where these are facing northwards. If we go away from where the photo was taken, we've got this long ridge extending out this way and then coming back, extending up here, and we can see we've got a drop down to the left and a drop down to the right, and then the ridge swings round to the left above this area that we want to identify in a moment, continues along, and then we've got this other ridge going down towards the camera, and then on the top the ridge continues along here to these patches of snow, and we can see that these are above some steep rocky ground, and then that extends onto the high point there and goes out of sight to the left of the camera, and then extends along from this summit to the right above these remnants of snow, and the ridge goes on. It looks like we've got some kind of drainage system in here, and then a second drainage system here, and then that ridge extends out down there. So let's look at the map and see if we can work any of that out. So remember, we're looking for snow in little hollows facing north, so it really makes sense that we're somewhere on the top of the map looking to the south, looking at snow that's facing us on a northerly slope. And those ridges that we were looking at and ground dropping away on both sides. Also that rough rocky ground, that steep rocky ground that we could see. So that could be this type of rocky ground there, or this type of rocky ground here. The fact that we want to be viewing it from the north looking to the south means it's more likely to be this. So could we be looking from somewhere up here? Well, the Schill, we've got this rocky ground here, and this is at about 600 metre height, and if we were looking over the landscape to the left of the photograph, we could be looking over to this higher ground here, 720 metres, the Cheviot 815 metres. So could we be looking over that way from the Schill? Well, if we look, we've got this ridge that drops away from the viewpoint and then swings around. This is actually the Pennine Way, this public right of way along here. We've got this other summit here, and then swinging along and up this long ridge up to Oshook Cairn, with this Hen Hole being that rocky steep area. So let's go back and have a look at that. So yeah, looking at that. So if that was the case, what about this here? So from the viewpoint of the camera, if we look along this first little ridge away from us, That's going in a straight line with a stream going up there and into this steep ground, and then another drainage feature there. So can we identify that? So from here, looking over this and then into this drainage system, it comes along and then kinks left from the camera viewpoint into Hen Hole. So that rocky ground with some snow in it would be Hen Hole. So what about coming back to the left, the next drainage system going up onto the high ridge would be this here. So that first feature we'd be looking for is Red Cribs. So Red Cribs is just to the left as we look of this long flat ridge with a drop on either side. So let me just put some arrows on the map for you. So that view there along the arrow from the Schill between these two smaller summits straight to this little rocky, steep rocky area here, or steep eroded area at the head of this stream. That's what it looks like on the map. And on the photo, that's our viewpoint, with this being the first of those rounded summits and then the second one here. So what about the snow patch there? Well, it looks like from our point of view, we're looking straight across the top of this flat summit and between this drainage feature and this drainage feature, and it's on the high ground beyond this ridge here. So let's have a look at the map. So there's our arrow. We're looking from there straight across the top of this flat summit. Then we've got the stream that goes to Hen Hole and the other stream going up to Red Cribs. Here's the long ridge of the Pennine Way going up to Oshop Cairn, and then the snow that we were looking at is at the head of this little drainage feature that drains all the way down into Cheviot Burn. So let me put a circle on there. So we were looking at the head, probably just a little bit south of where I put that circle on, the head of this stream tucked away out of the sun. And then this is Red Cribs. The other bits of snow are in the head of this steep area here, Hen Hole. So I hope you enjoyed that and I got it right or learnt something. Thanks for watching and look out for next week's navigation task. Bye for now.